Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Yuddha Kand, chapter number 21, Rama's wrath with the Ocean King. The recitation begins now. Then Rama spread the sacred kusha grass on the sands and laid himself on it. Though born of a line that offered refuge to all beings, yet he clasped hands of prayer to the Ocean King. With eyes turned towards the east and his head resting on his right hand as a pillow, he lay facing the waters like one vast ocean beside another. No one dare approach him. Brought up by luxury by King Dasharatha, his delicate body lay stretched on rough stones. Alas, he, the refuge of all the worlds, he was now reduced to seek refuge with the Ocean King. When Rama was in his seat on high as Mahavishnu in Vaikunta, and when he came down to Ayodhya as a man among men, this arm was brilliant with curiously wrought ornaments of gold and precious gems. The arm was smeared of old sandal, aloe, saffron, and other aromatic stuff in various patterns during bath and decoration by the fingers of noble ladies richly bejeweled. Thus adorned, it used to shine like the morning sun, like the huge serpent Takshaka disporting itself on the flooded Ganga. It used to rest on the fine bed filled with swan's feathers. It was the arm on which Sita used to rest her head as on a pillow. Like the bolt across the fortress gate, it barred the approach of enemies in the battlefield. It poured oblations into the fire of their grief and spread boundless joy among his friends. Long and round like the trunk of an elephant, it was the stay and support of all the world. It bore scars caused by constant contact with the bowstring. It was hard and strong like the revolving pillar of an oil press. It was the arm that had given away countless cows in charity. Now with that right arm as a pillow, Rama lay down and sought the favor of the Ocean King. He who offered refuge to all created beings, Ramachandra, said to himself, "This day I will either cross the sea or meet my death." Controlling mind, speech, and body in the prescribed manner, he propitiated and prayed to the Ocean King. For 3 days and 3 nights did Rama lie on the sacred grass in the prescribed manner. Even though with restrained mind and senses, Sri Rama offered due worship to the Lord of the sea, the latter, blinded by ignorance, made no response. Then Rama grew angry with the ruler of the waters. His eyes were bloodshot. He was aware of the anger in his heart and, turning to Lakshmana with a smile, said, "This Ocean King is mighty proud, is he not? He has not yet chosen to come out and meet us. Foolish people mistake a noble forbearance for mere weakness. If a man does not give way to wrath, or if he suffers in patience some offense, if he is open-hearted and soft-spoken, he is put down as lacking strength and skill. On the contrary, the boastful and the cunning man, the man who is cruel and terrible and punishes indiscriminately the good and bad, that man is held in awe and respect. The means of conciliation cannot secure for us the fame won by valor or victory on the battlefield. This day shall my fiery arrows slay the monsters of the deep and cover its surface with their floating carcasses and the maimed and mangled bodies of the huge serpents and sea elephants. I shall dry up with my fiery arrows the sea, which is the home of conch and pearl, of fish and crocodile." You may say, "This does not become you who bears patience as a precious jewel." But even after resolving to dry up the waters, I humbly prayed to the ocean god and clasped his feet. This king looks on me as a helpless creature, me who can cross unaided his watery waste. Patience and forbearance are entirely out of place with such as these. He is but the watchman of a piece of water, the dwelling place of fish, crocodiles, and serpents. Yet he clean forgets his smallness and thinks he is my equal and the king of Ayodhya and Koshala. You may say this is not the time to lose patience, but this fellow deserves no kindness. Rakshasas abide in his bosom, and through long association with them, his mind has been warped. Lakshmana, I waited till now in the hope that perhaps frightened by my angry words, he would make his appearance here, but he still does not come. So bring me my bow fitted with guna, so that I may bring to his senses this fellow without guna. Bring me my bow with the 3 graceful bends, so that I can make this fellow bend and low. Son of Sumitra, do you think proper to obey the words of your mother and not my words? Even so, what were the words of your mother when she parted from you at Ayodhya? Rama is here after Dasharatha for you. Be not slack in the service of Rama when you are with him in the woods. Bring me my arrows too. Lakshmana then brought some arrows used in sport, but Rama exclaimed, Bring me the arrows that are deadly and cruel, even like those serpents that kill at sight. Lakshmana then asked him, What use are these shafts to one who could cross waters? And Rama replied, This ocean has not appeared before me and given me leave to build a causeway. Now it is too late, for I will dry up the waters to the last drop. This ocean was dug by the sons of my ancestor King Sakara, and he behaves with me as an envious cousin. I will give him back the same treatment. What took 60,000 men to dig, I shall dry up single-handed. My monkey shall trample underfoot the head of him who stands between me and my purpose. This thing called unshakable till now will quake and tremble before my wrath. This thing contained within its boundaries till now, I shall drive it to break all bounds and overflow the earth. Well, the Danavas and Varuna himself cannot save it from this fate, do what they might. And he grasped his bow, rolled his eyes in wrath, and blazing like the fire on the day of dissolution, bent his bow and drew the string to his ear. He placed keen shafts on it, and even as Indra the unapproachable shoots his vajra, he discharged his keen shafts at the ocean till the universe trembled in fear. The shafts, swift and radiant, entered the waters and filled the huge sea serpents with fear. The waves, rising mountain high, dashed against the shore, roaring aloud and scattering on it the crocodiles and other monsters of the deep. A dreadful storm began to blow. The rushing waters strewed the sand with conches, pearls, corals, and gems. The water boiled and swirled as the arrows emitted flames and smoke. The ocean overflowed on all sides. Huge serpents emitted sparks of fire from their eyes and mouths, unable to bear the arrowy conflagration. The Asuras and the Danavas in the netherworld were sorely afflicted. Their strength could not prevail against Rama's arrows. Waves, huge like Vindhya, Mandara, and Meru, chased one another with a mighty roar and dashed against the shore the creatures of the deep. The waves swirled around. Rakshasas and Nagas were dazed. The corpses of terrible sea monsters floated. It was a fearful sight. Rama, of boundless prowess, hissed in wrath. He bent his bow with the intent to discharge the irresistible weapons and drew the bowstring taut when Lakshmana cried out in entreaty, Brother, this fury becomes you not. Forbear, forbear. Rama paid no heed to what Lakshmana said and firmly held in his hand the bow Kodanda. Manglam Koshlendraya Mahaniya Gunapte Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.